Hi, 4K students. Today you just get to see my hands because I already started recording. We are going to be doing a little bit of cutting and storing of our cut pieces in an envelope today. And next class, we are going to find out what we're going to be doing with all of these fun pieces. Okay. Cutting is very important today, so that is why I am only focused on the cutting process and the storing so we don't lose any pieces. Next week, we get to have fun putting these pieces together to make all sorts of different things. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is take our envelope, and on the side that does not have the metal piece, so I'm going to flip this over. On this side, we are going to take our pencil and we're going to write our name. So I'm going to write Mr. Monzak. So you can pause the video and write your name on the envelope. So once we have that done, what I like to do is kind of open this up and put my hand inside of it. It kind of makes it less stiff. And then I'm going to take this and put it off to the side. Now we're going to focus on this lovely square, which has all sorts of other shapes inside of it. And what we're going to do is we are going to first cut out the square and get rid of all the white paper. And then we're going to cut out every single individual shape, and I'm going to show you how to do that. So depending on how your teachers want you to do this, you can watch my whole video and follow along, or you can watch the whole video, and then when it's done, you can go and cut. So first thing I like to do is make straight cuts. So I'm cutting right next to that black line. I don't want to keep any of the white paper, but I also don't want to cut inside of my green or blue or red shapes there. So I'm taking my time, but when I'm cutting, I'm going to cut all the way off of the edge. So you'll notice I now have a nice smooth edge here, and I cut this whole piece off. So now what we do is we turn it, and I'm going to do the same thing now with this piece. Again, my hand's over here, so that means I'm going to cut on the opposite side. And I can always move my hand if it feels better over here, or when I get close to the top, maybe I hold it up here. So you hold it wherever you feel comfortable, but it should definitely be away from where you're cutting. And really nice and slow. This is thicker paper. So now I'm going to cut all the way off the edge. Okay. And a reminder, right? We never want to cut across our body. So now I take this and I turn it. Okay, again, my hand is here, my thumb is on top. My thumb is on top when I'm cutting, and I always cut in the direction away from my body. And I cut all the way up to the top. Last one, I'm turning it, and I'm going to cut this one. If I start cutting into my shape, I always have students that are like, oh no, and I watch them and they just keep going. Once you start cutting into your shape, stop, pull your scissors back out, and try to fix it. It's when we see that we're doing it wrong and we just keep doing it, that's when it becomes a problem. All right. So we have all of these white pieces, which we are going to take now and recycle. We don't need them and we don't want them. If you did a nice job of cutting, you do not have any white around the edge, and you also did not cut into your shapes. You don't have like a weird gouge or cut into. Your square looks very nice and smooth on the edges. Okay. So there's a lot of lines in this, and we need to make some smart decisions when we're cutting. We always want to do the longest line that goes from one side to the other. And so that first line is going to be this one here. So I got the green and the yellow on one side. And so I'm going to make this cut. And I'm going to cut so that I can go all the way from one side. And again, I'm going to move my hand now. One side all the way over to the other side. Okay. So now I have 2 pieces. This piece only has 2 pieces. This piece has 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 pieces. Okay. If I was going to work on this one, if I cut here, I would have to stop once I got to that green. So that's not a smart cut. Okay, and this one too, I would have to stop there. I could cut the blue off. So I'm going to hold it like this. I'm trying to find lines that I can go all the way across to the other side. So nice and slow. Now I cut my blue triangle off, and it's up to your teachers. You could have it where you flip it over and you could write your name on the back. And then we're going to take it and we're going to put it inside of our envelope. And the next one that I want to cut out is this one from here going all the way across, because it's goes all the way to the other end. Nice and slow. And now I cut that one off. All right, now all the rest of these are nice straight cuts where I go from one side all the way to the next. So I'm going to cut all of these and then I'll flip them over and write my name, including this one here, which is a nice big shape. So now I'm going to flip all these over and write my name. I would suggest for you guys doing one at a time. All right. That is as far as we are getting this week. And next week, you will find out what we are doing with all of these. Goodbye, everyone.